years ago. As an immigrant student, I couldn't fit into the United States culture because there was two cultures to fit in. So I needed a mental health professional who can truly understand me and has the same experience, for example, in language.
Seek an expert in my favorite, brain training, which will provide users with mindfulness training, physical exercises, as well as breathing techniques.
As of now, our demographic is college students with a cultural background. And for our overall market, we want to target services, online platforms for finding medical professionals, nonprofit organizations, and existing teletherapy services. We noticed that none of our competitors really have the four key components that we want to include in our service, which includes corporate-sensitive experts,
to our platform. To unlock this access, our users need to purchase VIP subscription. We provide 14-day premium trial. After that, it will cost $4.
Okay. I'm really happy because UniHelp is they just won this CUNY accelerators contest, the pitch contest. So they were like in the third place, and they're like by students for the students. So who want to begin? Who want to start to talk about?
I'll start. Yeah. So,
okay. Yeah. Sure.
First of all, thank you for having us, and we were excited to start this startup addressing mental health in immigrant students for first and second generation, because we realize that it's a huge issue, especially in today's day and age, after COVID, and just growing up in the U.S. is very different than it would be in another country that you're not from, that you're from, right? So, after discussions and a lot of pivoting, we came up with the idea to start UniHelp, which is mental health care solutions for college students.
So what is your role in your team?
My role?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm in charge of marketing. So getting the surveys out, reaching out to people, to schools, students, just to bring awareness to our services and how we can help.
Okay. So let's girls first. Okay. We have Lisa. Do you want to talk about how did you meet the other team members?
So in CUNY Accelerator, which is program is NVA1, we met each other. We had similar ideas, so that's how we came and developed UniHelp. My role in the company is finance. I am forecasting revenues, net profits, and mostly accounting stuff. And I'm majoring public accounting and business management. So I know what I need to do with the company. Our main role to reach out to the students was from different countries and help them out to find professionals who really truly understand them. I can relate to this problem because I came to the United States 5 years ago and I couldn't fit into the United States culture because, it's too different for me and I had difficulty find someone, professional field who could really help me understand in personal level. And that's why we want to reach out to CUNY students and help them out.
Yeah, culture shock. Normally, if you come to the United States, when I came to the US, that even that people they ask me like, "How are you?" and I was shocked. I'm not even know how to answer when people they ask me, "How are you?" I was like, I do understand. It's always a lot of a culture shock, and if you don't speak the language, that's difficult. So we have also a test mute. So what is your role in your team?
Hi. So first, thank you so much for inviting us here. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Tasnuba, and my role within our startup is operations. So I'm kind of overlooking all the business side, anything that just needs to be fixed, just overlooking everything. Um, so besides my role, I guess the reason that we kind of came up with this idea on our first day of the accelerator, we were kind of drawn to each other, if that makes sense. I remember first hearing Lisa talk about her experience and her she had this plan to create this app for diabetes, and I was really interested in that because I was really interested in health. So I immediately went to her, and we were just chatting, and then everybody else kind of came together, and we were trying to find something similar, and we realized we all cared about mental health. So that's how we kind of decided on this idea.
That's really nice. So we also we have an image. Yeah, so please introduce yourself and also let me know what is your role in your team.
Hello, everyone. Yes, as Tasnuba said, we kind of met each other and saw that we had a common theme of mental health, and we wanted to help students. And being an immigrant, I came to the States 3 years ago, and I saw many friends and myself included. We were dealing with problems like anxiety, how to settle in the States, how to get a job, how to finance your things, and we really thought that this problem is what we are passionate about, and we wanted to solve that. My role in the company is on the development side, so developing a prototype and also handling the data analysis part. So how much of customers are
Oh, what
engaging.
is your major?
So I'm majoring in physics, and
Oh,
I have background in data science.
nice, nice. Um, so yeah, I just like to know, like, are you going to apply for the next year? There's a new accelerator program.
Yeah, so we plan to apply for the NVA2 program. All of us probably will be a part of it, but two of us will go. I think me and Tasnuba are free on those days, and Amit as well.
Yeah,
And then we'll do that and try to get the business up and running.
Yeah. And one of the requirements for NVA2 is that you should have a team already and you should have a prototype. So that's our plan for the winter, to create a viable prototype so that we could take it to the next level during the accelerator.
Okay, yeah, actually, I can be your volunteer if you want. Well, I used to run a web design company. If it's just a simple a prototype wireframe, UI UX mobile design, I can help you draw some
Got
wireframe.
it.
Thank you. We would
You're
appreciate that.
welcome.
Yeah.
I really like to help. I'm also an immigrant. I was born in Taiwan. I came to the US when I was 13. That I don't speak any English, so that's why I totally understand. You know, like when people ask me how are you, I was like. I don't even know how to answer. And the other thing is about culture because like in Asian, that normally people they don't ask like how are you. This is not something we greet people or start a conversation. So there's several things that that makes students really stressful, especially you're from foreign country. But United States are like a diversified different cultural. So now these days that I do see there's the biggest problem is mental health. Um, even for adult, like these days, people feel stressful. Um, so do you have like any plan? Like, how do you raise more fund? Do you are you going to apply? It's actually you can apply for different accelerator. Not only like the one in CUNY, but if you have a pitch deck ready and also you want the place, that's actually really good. So
Yes.
what is your plan like?
Yeah. So we're actually working on a pitch deck and trying to enter into different pitch deck competitions to pitch to investors and different companies that would see uh, see fit to invest in our company. And then we'll start with the with the MVP, and then try to start making money through that and through investors. And yeah.
Yeah, and there are a couple of university-specific accelerators, pitch competitions, and just like funds for startups. So we definitely want to tap into that. We're currently in fall, so a lot of the fall programs are over, but that also means we could apply to the spring programs, and we could also plan ahead for next year, 2023. Some of us will be graduated, but I'm pretty sure, Sam, you'll be in college next year.
Yeah, I'll be in
Yeah.
college. Yeah.
So we would still be eligible to enter some of these competitions.
Okay. So right now, what is like the most difficult thing as a challenge so far?
I think getting the mental health experts on board, because we want to provide culturally sensitive mental health experts for students and for the users. But it takes time to get even one, you know. So just talking to the experts, letting them know what it is that we offer and how they're going to be a help to us and how they're going to help others. So I think that's one of the biggest struggles now. But other than that, everything's been running smoothly. And
I think there's several clinic. I don't know if you have any clinic in your area that if you check newspaper or well, I'm not sure if people read newspaper these days, but maybe you can just find their address and phone number, and sometimes you can walk in with the your flyer. I still have that actually. Like just show them. Well, let me find it. Yeah. So
yes.
yeah, you can just bring your flyer with you that walk in and see if some doctors or any therapists they like to help you talk to them. Just and also I think you can also start to raise a fund if you want. It's an organization called Kiva. They have like a small micro fund. And you don't need to pay it back because there's also some loan, but I don't think you want to get loan. But you can try because especially Kiva, they help really like individuals and the small business. It's
Can you
KIVA.
KIVA?
Yeah, .org. If I remember in the correct way.
Got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. You can.
Oh, and they provide like funds for startups and stuff.
Yeah, it's actually they provide fund for a lot of things or like an emergency. You can check the website.
Okay.
Got it.
I think if they need some referrals, you can put my name. I think you also can put Remy's name.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you can email him.
Yeah.
Well, because
Yeah.
I don't represent Remy, but I mean, you can ask.
Yeah. Right.
Got it.
Okay.
Do you also the like anything else that you like to share? Like right now what is your next step for
Next step.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're planning to finish the semester. We're gonna take after NVA one. We're taking a few weeks off, just to regroup and discuss, get more people on board, and then we're gonna start working on the prototype, as mentioned, so that we could have something to show for our services.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I honestly think that we just like getting a consumer base is also not really a challenge, but it's also something that we have to work for and that we're starting to do.
Yeah. So I think there's, I guess, 4 steps to what we have to do before we enter NBA 2. So first, like Sam mentioned, we have to create the prototype or any sort of wireframe. Second, we have to research any regulations and rules for recruiting these experts. One of our mentor did mention that some of the therapists, they are on board with us bringing them clients, and they would be happy to pay us for it. So that's how we would get some of our funding to support our business. And then the third part is, of course, building important relationships within CUNY so that we can reach out to CUNY students, find the right person to send out the CUNY-wide emails, because there is like 200,000 students. And then lastly, it's kind of just like a little due diligence and just like planning ahead for which funds are we going to apply for, grants, maybe more pitch competitions, maybe even just like editing our pitch deck to make it better, just so that we have a higher chance of getting the funds.
Yeah. I also I suggest you put your pitch deck presentations on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Just share. Just let people share the word for you.
Okay, yeah. I had a question for you, Giovanna.
Yeah, sure.
So you mentioned that you were an immigrant student. You came when you were 13 from Taiwan. What are some things that you wish, I guess, were provided to you when coming here, like so to make the transition a little bit easier and for you to better understand the culture in the US?
Yeah, this is a really good question, and well, I would say I rather say that I had a cultural shock than like some really mental. I don't really have a I was a really shy kid. It's just like most Asian that we don't talk that much. But during that time, we don't have a situation like right now. So, but most probably, I think it's just because the language and also I think I'll say and sometimes it's just very lonely that you couldn't find any alibis. Like especially like I think different culture they have a different type of problems. Like especially for Asian students, because the Asian student always are quiet. As far as I know, that really we don't talk that much because of the like the parents they have a really higher authority that we don't really talk that much. But you think about there's a like these days I think like youth or like young kids they have another different type of anxiety. I can give you an example. Like I see a lot of people they have anxiety, like for their face. You will see they use a lot of a filter, or they kind of afraid when they post something on social media that they don't get a lot of likes and share. You can think about talk to. I think I can give you another suggestion. Talk to social workers. Maybe the social workers help you to get more case studies, because you do need to have a case studies, and of course you need to have a data, but on the other hand get some case studies, and that you can open a YouTube channel for free, put all your interview, everything that you as entrepreneurs you and the founders, you see this is one of the biggest problem that all the stress and that cause a lot of young students they do need to help because they don't know how to
To
solve
navigate
and also communicate, and they do need to have a support other than their parents.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, and I especially even though I'm a second generation immigrant student. I
Where
can
are your
imagine.
parents from?
My mom is from Colombia and my dad is from here. But my mom was born in Colombia. She came here, and the problems that she faced when coming to America, it seems like it's the same. Like after how many long years, like somebody has to bridge that gap, right? Or somebody has to make a change. And with UniHelp, we're trying to do that and like have impactful change for these students. And a lot of times, as you mentioned, like every culture is different. So if I'm if I'm one culture trying to teach Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, right? It's not going to work because I can't relate to all three. You know what I mean? So having that, I guess, portal of people who could relate to different, you could choose who you want to relate to, and it's important. I think. What do you guys think?
Yeah, and also in many cultures, mental health is still thought to be a taboo topic. Like in Asian culture, even Indian, like they say, "Oh, you are just having a bad day, or you are in a bad mood." So they don't.
People they trying to talk about that. Oh, I even they don't want to say, "Oh, I just have a bad mood today."
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and I think we will have to combat that and educate these cultures, educate everyone. Hey, let's know this is a real issue. We should try to solve it. Yeah. And yeah, go ahead.
No, it's true. Yeah, and I think a huge, like a huge catalyst of that, for lack of better words, is that a lot of the immigrant students, they don't feel accepted or wanted, so they don't have the platform to really speak on what it is that they're going through, and whether they're too shy or whatever it is, they don't have no friends. That could be hard, and that even affects your mental health.
Yeah, even you do have a lot of friends, but you just don't talk.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and that was a great advice that we could talk to social workers and interview them on our
and
YouTube
also,
channel.
you can approach some nonprofit organizations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you do need to have more communities, nonprofit that
Exactly.
you can actually coordinate, and that'll be easier than just do it like a one-on-one individual for each.
Mm-hmm.
Right. True.
So yeah, congratulations,
Giovanna. And this is directed to everyone. And I was wondering if you all had any experiences with therapists or, yeah, and what was that like? And how did you feel if you had any experiences with therapy or any mental health resources?
Personally, I haven't, but I did use this app called Calm, and there's like a lot of meditation and breathing exercises in there. It was very beneficial to really calming down my body, like in stressful situations, whether it's finals or if I had to give a big speech. It did help, but I never was really exposed to like any mental health counselors. I don't know why, but probably needed it, honestly. But it just never.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have also used the Calm app. It's really good for meditation and stuff. But some of my friends they seek help from counselors. So they went to these counselors at their universities or colleges, but their experience wasn't that great. They said that maybe these counselors were not experienced enough. They were not able to help with their issues, and also maybe not relate to them. So that's why we wanted to start with our UniHelp. We wanted to actually give people relatable mental health resources and access to professionals so that they feel more included and involved.
Yeah, and I also think the money plays a huge part in it too. Because if you pay $200 for for a counselor and they don't give you the counsel that you need, you feel like your money's wasted. But if you go to the same counselor for $20, it's gonna feel worth the money, you know. So I think
It's actually I had a sleep problem in the past. That was about 10 years ago. That was a long time ago. I don't really think the therapists help, but I do see I find art healing. That when I create art, when I paint, and when I just do all my artwork, that really helps. Um, it's also I think classical music, some ambient music that helps. And sometimes even when you like to chat, you just chat with some friends. It's just talk about something that you want to share. It's always help.
yeah,
So there is a different way to help people. It's not only you need to spend money on therapists. Um, like also because I know they are professional therapists, but really their main job is just to listen to your stories. But you need to help yourself, not from the third party, not from anyone, but always. But so that's why I think as an artist that really when I create art, that really helped me a lot.
yeah, yeah. That's good, and I think that's honestly one of our main goals. What kind of helps us to stand out from the other mental health apps. We kind of like incorporate not only just seeking an expert, but you can also do breathing exercises or
Yeah.
find out your passion.
Alternative, and
Yeah,
also
alternative.
get help from community that support each other.
Right. Yeah.
I have like 7 minutes left, but so I'm going to ask like anything you like to say right now, so we can close this meeting.
Sam, do you want to talk about the beta testing?
Okay. So yeah. So we have a link to our beta testing. Takes 3 minutes to enter in your information. All you need is your email. And then we'll be sending you updates and information on when that will drop and how you could be involved in the UniHelp family.
Yeah, so thank you so much, and congratulations, funders.
Yeah.
You know, I admire you because when I was a college student, I was a stupid college student. I don't know how to start business. Like so, you have a vision that I really I feel like you should keep doing, and I do see this as a really great startup that you want to help others. That's really great.
Thank you. And thank you for your help throughout the program and your advices and mentorship. It was very, very useful in getting this up and going. So we appreciate it.
I'm glad I can help you.